What's up, guys? We're back with a third episode of It's Case. This is the first episode of the new year. My name is Salvan.
I'm Kanal. So, man, I haven't seen you since last year.
Yeah, man, new year. I hope more people listen to our podcast.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely a lot of more sports moments to see.
So, I thought people were getting bored of our voices. So, let's introduce our new guest of the new year. This is Jerome.
Hi, guys. Jerome Emanuel, huge Knicks fan, huge Packer fan, Yankee fan in terms of baseball, like the Islanders in hockey. Arsenal fan in terms of soccer, played some soccer back then in the day. Huge Arsenal fan.
So hopefully you guys all know the concept. We're going to start this episode with the draft as well.
So for this part of the draft, we're going to be drafting the top NBA players for the 2018-2019 season again. But this time it'll be a little different because we have 3 teams. So to randomize the order, we're going to be using Siri. So I'm going to be number 1.
I'm going to be 2.
And I'm going to be number 3.
Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 3.
It's 2.
Okay, so I got first pick. And then for you two, Siri's going to flip a coin. So one of you call it.
Heads.
Siri, flip a coin.
It's head.
All right, so
Alright,
Sam got second pick, and Jerome, you got number 3. Okay, so with the first pick, I'm taking LeBron James.
I'm going to take Kevin Durant.
I'll take Anthony Davis.
Okay, so I got Stephen Curry with my second pick.
All right, give me Giannis.
Joel Embiid.
The process. Give me Kawhi Leonard.
All right, give me Harden. James Harden.
I'll have Klay Thompson.
Okay, this is where it gets tough.
Yeah, I know. Be taken.
Give me Paul George.
All right, I need a center right now. Give me Jokic. Nikola Jokic.
Need a guard. I'll take Damian Lillard from Portland.
So last round of picks. Give me defense anchor, Rudy Gobert.
All right, so I'm going to make it the same OKC trio. Give me Russell Westbrook.
I'll take a passer, could play a little bit of defense. I'll roll with Ben Simmons.
Okay, so that's it for our draft. So let's rate them. Let's do our position.
Yeah.
So at the 1, I got Stephen Curry. At the 2, I got Paul George. At the 3, I got Kawhi Leonard. At the 4, I got LeBron James. And at the 5, I got Gobert.
And I got Russell Westbrook at the 1, James Harden at the 2, Kevin Durant at the 3, Giannis Antetokounmpo at the 4, Nikola Jokic at the 5.
In my point guard, I'll have Damian Lillard. Shooting guard, Klay Thompson. At my 3, I'll have Ben Simmons. My 4, Anthony Davis. And my 5, my center, Joel Embiid.
Okay, so let's make a case for our team.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Curry, one of the best shooters in the league, all-time shooter. So putting him around big defensive players, I feel like that's a good pat. Like having LeBron drive in and pass, that's good. Having Paul George, 3-and-D type of player, one of the best in the league, and then Kawhi, obviously the best 3-and-D player, and LeBron James, I don't even have to explain him. And then Rudy Gobert in the paint, defense anchor. No one's getting past him. Defensive player of the year last year. So I think my team's pretty solid overall.
All right, so I'm going to explain my team now. I think my team is best suited for the transition offensive game. I feel like we could all push it very fast, and once we get running on the break, I feel like nobody can stop us. While also maintaining our shooting, I have James Harden and KD to shoot threes. And for defensive-wise, I have KD, Giannis, and Jokic to be our stretch-type players to guard any position.
Yeah, I think my team could run up and down too. We could play some defense, and most importantly, we could shoot, which is what the NBA is transitioning into right now. You look at Ben Simmons, he's not that great of a shooter. In fact, he can't shoot at all, but he assists really well. He passes the ball, plays great defense, and what's really important about him is his length. He's really long, so him being a point guard for Philly, he could still guard the bigger players. And then obviously Damian Lillard, I don't think nobody could hit a shot last second just like he could do. He also plays defense. Klay Thompson, obviously my favorite player in the league. I think he's the second best shooter in the league after Curry, but he's dynamic, plays defense really well, shoots the 3. Joel Embiid, obviously, he could shoot for a big man. He could protect the rim, and he could play in the post, which is... The NBA is kind of shifting away from that, but you can still get points from there. And obviously, Anthony Davis, to me, the most dynamic player in the league at the moment. He protects the rim really well, and he could score from mostly anywhere on the court.
Okay, so who's going to win this game?
So I think I win because overall, offensively, you guys can't keep up with me. And then I have the 3-and-D players and Gobert as my anchor.
I know, offensively we can't keep up. I got the OKC Big 3.
I know, but Harden came off the bench in that one.
All right, but look at Harden now. He's the MVP candidate.
But you haven't seen them 3 together.
No, I think we keep up with him defensively. You know,
Yeah.
we have
Me?
great. I have a great.
I have
defense.
KD and Giannis too.
I know,
I
but
mean, I'll be blocking you if you come to the paint.
But
I have Embiid, Davis, long guys.
I
They're
know,
gonna be
long
blocking
guys.
you.
But I feel like your team's too slow for me. I got LeBron
Who's
at the
slow
4.
on my team?
Simmons.
Yeah, Embiid.
Embiid is gonna guard the rim. I have Clay.
I don't know.
As my 3 and D.
'Cause I
Damian
feel like-
Lillard is quick.
I feel like my team is balanced so well because I got shooters, Curry, and George.
I feel like my team is
Kawhi.
balanced though.
I
I,
feel
got the
like-
shooters with
But you
Harden
got
and
two
I
KD.
feel
ball
like I have
hogs.
the
Who-
most
which ball
balanced
hogs?
team.
You got Russell Westbrook and Harden ball hogging.
No, but we have
When
Jokic.
is KD gonna get the ball?
He's always gonna get the ball.
With Russell Westbrook and
With
Harden?
Jokic is gonna feed him.
I mean,
I
he
don't
kind of has
know.
a point.
Right? I don't- Westbrook and Harden.
KD, beef. And,
Exactly.
No, but these are
And
different
move the
players
ball.
now. Russ is distributing the ball.
I
in
think we
OKC
could
right now.
agree that his team's gonna be full of ball hogs, so he's not going anywhere.
What do you mean, ball hogs?
I feel like my team has a lot of dynamic players.
But Lillard's your
We're
point
talking
guard.
about right now, not in the past.
Yeah,
I know,
that
but
doesn't
it
mean
didn't
that he's
work.
controlling it though.
Obviously,
Ben
right now
Simmons
they're
is
gonna
be
play.
controlling
They're
a
play
lot.
ball hogging because it's a different team now.
I feel
They're
like
the best
AD,
player on their respective teams, so they're
They
gonna,
are best,
They're
but-
gonna.
but they're-
The ball's gonna go through them. They're not ball hogs. They average more than 10 assists in most
I
years.
don't know, man. I feel like my team doesn't like. Only player that has the ball a lot on his hand is LeBron, but he has Kawhi and George and Curry to pass it to. Gobert doesn't need the ball at all because he gets his rhythm from playing defense. And
I
I
know,
got
man. I feel like I'd have
I got
the most
two
ferocious dunks on.
I
in
got
the
two
transition
defensive
game.
players of the year, Kawhi and Gobert. George is always in the contention, like in the contenders list, and Curry, who's not really known for his defense, but he doesn't need to play defense because you got Russell Westbrook and Lillard.
I don't know, man. Once my offense gets rolling, though, I have KD, Giannis, Harden, and Russ, and then
I don't know.
Jokic with the electricity of his passes.
It'll be close, but I feel like my team is stacked.
I got guys all over, man. We could shoot the three. We could get to the
Simmons
basket.
Simmons can't shoot.
Except for Simmons, obviously.
So, do you not see what Celtics did against
I don't know,
him?
man. Lillard's good, but I feel like he can't hang with Curry and
I'll
Russ.
have Gobert.
He can?
No.
Dude, whenever Damian Lillard plays in big games, he always steps up. He's always the guy hitting the last shot, getting these buzzer beaters. He's that good. In terms of Ben
All right,
Simmons,
if
obviously
Lillard-
he
if
takes
Lillard has a
wait,
good
hold
day-
on.
if Lillard
But
has a
where
good
has
day-
Lillard taken the Trailblazers?
Yeah.
to the playoffs.
And where?
lot.
And then
Well, he plays in the West. The Golden State Warriors
Yeah.
have dominated the West.
I don't
No
know.
other team could see
I feel
them
like
now.
out of point guards, you have the worst point guard.
I feel like at the centers, you have the worst center.
I feel like Damian
Yeah,
Lillard
but-
is too underrated.
He
and
is
people
underrated,
don't
yeah,
watch him.
but
You have to
I feel
look
like
at
you have
this
the
guy.
worst
I have
center,
the
though.
worst center,
True
but my
skill.
center doesn't have to do anything because all I need him to do is play defense, and he could keep up with Embiid and Jokic.
No, he can't.
Do you not see the game?
But if B gets in the post, that's the only question, though.
Gobert
That's
can
also a
play-
liability for you on offense.
He doesn't need to play offense.
It's
I
4
got
on 5
four
for you.
all-
It's 4 on 5 though for you.
Same with you. Same.
That would be though.
But you
Oh,
got,
I-
West,
so
you
I
got
can win that
Westbrook
way.
and Harden
Ben
ball
Simmons, he
hogging.
gets
You're
to
not
the
ball
paint.
hogging if I have the right
He can get in the
coaching
paint, and I
wise.
got Gobert in the paint to guard him.
I don't
Do you
think
not? Do you not see what the Celtics did? Al Horford was guarding him so back off, like he could. And you have big men, right? So my
I do
argument,
have big men.
my argument
How
for
are you
you,
gonna
right?
stop them?
You
Yeah,
both
that's
are
what I
playing
mean.
Hold on,
4 on
wait.
5.
Let me go against him first.
All right,
So
go
my
ahead.
argument for you is I'll have Kawhi on Simmons, let's say, or even LeBron.
Kawhi
so-
on Ben Simmons.
yeah, or even LeBron. So LeBron
I'll
can
take
stay.
that.
Okay, so,
So Kawhi off my
yeah, I'll say
good
Kawhi staying
offensive
back,
players.
Or-
I'm not worried about that.
or even LeBron staying in the paint and helping out with AD and Embiid, and Kawhi and George could take care of the rest. Because I could double team AD and Embiid because I know Simmons can't shoot.
Clay could shoot.
Clay
Damian
can
Lillard
shoot,
could
but
shoot.
and then I'll have George and George and Kawhi on those two. And then with
I
you,
feel like both of you,
and
guys,
with
you both are playing 4 out of 5.
But listen,
Wait, let
with-
me talk. Let me
okay,
talk.
go talk.
You both
Go
are playing
ahead.
4 out of 5. I have 5 all straight offensive.
But there's only one ball.
All right, so
All
what's gonna
5
happen?
need the ball.
Are they still not going to score though, or they're going to score?
I don't know. Look, your team.
Who wins? The
Your
one who
team-
scores the most, right?
Yeah, but there's only one ball. How many balls? Who's gonna get the ball?
right,
Who's gonna
but
take the last shot?
I feel like
KD.
I feel like Canal has a point.
right. With
Harden, Russ,
Giannis,
likes
yeah,
having
exactly.
the ball too. If you have,
Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis loves having the ball.
But I'm telling you though, it's a different team now.
I don't
'Cause
think it's gonna work
you,
out.
You were saying they're ball hogging, but that was back in 2012.
even
with the Thunder.
now,
But that's because
James Harden has the highest usage rate.
That's
even
'cause they're
Russell
the best
Westbrook.
player.
And Russell Westbrook is right
Exactly.
behind him.
That's because they're the best players on their teams. It's only them on the only.
But what about Paul George?
Paul
Him and
George,
Paul George,
Chris
but-
Paul.
Paul George is
Chris Paul.
scoring
James
more
Harden's
points and
playing with
taking more
another
shots than
point
Russ.
guard.
You said
Huh?
Russ has the highest
Exactly.
usage, but Paul George takes the most shots and scores the most points.
Because Russell Westbrook stat pads.
But you said Russell Westbrook ball
He does
ball
ball
hogs.
hog.
But how does Paul
Just
George
watch
have the most
film.
shots?
Watch the
How
tape.
does Paul George have more shots and more points?
I don't know. I'm just saying, watch the tape. And what I see with the eye test is Russell Westbrook, Harden, Giannis need the ball.
Is that a
AD
bad thing to ball hog? Is it bad? Is it bad
Yeah.
thing to ball hogs? But what if you
it's
win
a team
still?
sport.
I know, no way. Because if you ball hog
Okay,
and you score, then you win.
Okay,
right?
The players. Okay,
Whoever's
wait,
hot can
okay.
ball hog and win the game.
Okay, Russell Westbrook, Harden, Giannis.
What if-
Have they won a championship?
No.
Okay,
Oh man.
because you can't get anywhere with ball hogs.
Yes, you can. And if we're talking about a matchup for one game,
It's the best. I don't know, man. I don't think like that. That's not gonna work.
if Harden ball hogs and he wins, if he's scoring 50, then what's wrong with it?
with 5 other All Stars, no one's gonna let him ball hog. It's not gonna work.
I mean,
If it was
you're gonna
against-
have KD complaining too for the ball.
Exactly.
He's not gonna be complaining. What do you
KD's
mean?
not gonna be
He's
complaining.
he's a complimentary piece on the Warriors. He didn't complain when Curry shoots.
Yeah, he doesn't. That's why I didn't name KD as a ball hog. I named Russ, Harden, and Giannis.
I
They
mean,
need the ball.
he's still gonna win some shots.
He's gonna, yeah, exactly.
And if he's not getting his shots, then it's gonna be a problem.
Exactly. Do you not see the
I feel
Draymond Green and KD argument?
No way, bro. I'm telling you.
Why is KD gonna leave the
Russ,
Warriors next
Harden,
year?
KD, and Giannis in the break though? This is gonna be
If
all
you get in
all
the
electric
break,
dunks.
if you get in the break. All right,
That's
man.
crazy,
This is gonna go on forever if we keep going. So we'll leave it to the fans.
So now to bring it to the NFL, a lot of coaches got fired this season and especially even this week. So we're gonna start a new segment, giving our top 2 best coaching jobs and our worst job.
So the 8 coaches that got fired, 8 teams that lost their coach were the Bengals, the Broncos, the Browns, the Buccaneers, the Cardinals, the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Packers. So Jerome's gonna start us off with his 2.
Best coaching jobs.
My best coaching jobs. Well, I'll take the Packers and the Jets. You know, you look at the
Okay.
Packers, Aaron Rodgers, top 3 quarterback in the league. Obviously, that's my team, so I'm a little bit biased about it. But you look at the fan base, it's one of the most passionate fan bases in all of football.
Okay.
They're used to success, 13 championships, more than any other team. And a lot of people think that the Packers don't have cap space. They could clear it up a little bit, and at this moment, they have $38 million in cap space, so they could fill up some holes, probably a linebacker, probably a secondary player, probably even a running back, and then obviously 2 picks in the NFL draft, first round. And then to go to the Jets, they have $106 million in cap space. Great fans. Obviously, Sam Darnold, you have a rookie quarterback right now. He's looking like he could be something in the future, and the defense isn't that bad. Tremaine Johnson, Avery Williamson, they got great guys on defense. So I think a head coach, you want to go to one of those teams. It's stable at this moment. Obviously, the Jets, they have certain things going on, but these are 2 more stable jobs that I could see a head coach taking, and that's what I would take.
Okay, so for me, I think today's NFL, the best player to have is a quarterback on a rookie contract. So my 2 jobs for that reason are the Browns and the Jets, because they have one of the better rookie quarterbacks, or next year going to be second-year quarterbacks. And then they have really good defensive players. They have studs. The Browns have Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Julius Peppers, and then the Jets have Jamal Adams, Leonard Williams. They're all studs. Like, they can play defense, and they both have a lot of cap space. The Browns have $75 million. The Jets have 106, like Jerome said. So I feel like both teams can make moves in the offseason. Plus, they can pick up good they could draft good players. Plus, they have a quarterback. So I feel like they could make good moves with young players and continue to grow.
So for me, like you said, the most important position is the quarterback. So I'm going with the Browns and the Packers. The Browns, they started off with a rough start, 5-1, but then they fired Hugh Jackson and they started their defensive coordinator, Greg Williams, and since then they've finished 7-8-1 and actually went 5-3 with Greg Williams. So I feel like a new coaching change could give them a lot of new energy, and I feel like in Ohio, Cleveland's a team to be if you're live in Ohio right now.
Yeah.
They got good defense and offensive playmakers. Don't forget Jarvis Landry. They just signed him for this season. Sure. And they have David Njoku and Chubb.
Bradley Chubb. He was a beast this year, too.
No, Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Oh, yeah.
Great
Bradley
running back.
cousin.
I had him on my fantasy team. Pretty good.
Yeah. And then for the Packers, of course, they have Aaron Rodgers. You can never count out Rodgers, especially if he stays healthy. But I feel like he's never really had a playmaking running back. And now they have Aaron Jones. So I feel like if he gets rolling and doesn't have any off-the-field issues, because he did start the season off with a suspension, the offense could be hitting off all cylinders.
And Devontae Adams, he's emerging as a top receiver,
One
too.
of the best receivers in the league, Pro Bowler. I saw him play against the Jets. Great player, dynamic.
So the only reason I didn't have the Packers on my list was because Aaron Rodgers is getting older, 35. Right. So he's on, the downside. But then again, Brady's playing. No, down. I'm not saying. Yeah. But then again, Rodgers is always hurt every year. That's what I'm saying. And the defense is really inconsistent. They get players, but then they never
pretty
gel.
bad on defense.
Yeah. And Rodgers always has to do everything. I don't know how long he could keep doing it.
Takes the team on his back.
I don't know. So the reason I didn't pick the Jets is because the division has less Josh Allen and Brady. Never know when he's thinking. The Patriots have always won the AFC East, so it's always tough for the Jets to win.
Yeah, the Browns. I didn't pick the Browns. I think, they have a lot of guys on the team, great players. But what interests me most is that there's a lot of egos in this team. John Dorsey, the GM, the owner, a lot of loud guys around it. I don't know how that is sustainable,
In the long term.
Yeah, in the long term, because John Dorsey, he was the one who put that Chiefs team together, and just because of his ego, he got fired. Now he's with the Browns. You know, we got to see how their success.
But he's a smart guy, though.
He's smart.
Yeah.
He knows how to pick players, but he a huge ego. And Baker Mayfield, I don't think nobody has a huger ego than Baker
That's
Mayfield.
true.
But he
So when
woke
you
up
mesh
feeling dangerous.
when you mesh all those guys together, there's a lot of confusion. And
See,
you
I
look
feel
at
like-
most of the teams, the NFL teams in the playoffs right now, it's more or less the quiet type of teams. You know,
It's-
Seattle, Indy,
Philly.
Patriots. Yeah.
Philly.
But I feel like in football, it's not so bad to have an ego. I feel like it's more so a problem in basketball.
No,
I
but
don't have
feel
a
like
problem with the
Baker-
ego. I think when you have a lot of egos on one team, especially an NFL
different personalities.
franchise,
No, but I feel like Baker, he's on the verge of like overconfident. Like he's there. Like there's confidence. It's good to be confident, but he's a little overconfident.
Baker's overconfident.
So it makes sense. But I feel
But I
like
can say
the
that
Browns.
about Rodgers too.
Yeah,
though.
that's true.
Some of his teammates had problems with Rodgers
But I
too.
feel
They
like-
still won.
I feel like Browns, Jets, and Packers. Like they're on most people's list top
Yeah.
three. It depends on how you want to rank
Yeah.
them, but they're definitely like top coaching jobs. So let's move on to the worst,
Worst coaching jobs.
of
All right.
this
So for
year.
me, I picked the Cardinals mostly because of just bad management and their age. I mean, they're 25th in age for all the NFL teams, and their defense really hasn't been the same since that 2016 season. And in terms of their division, it's tough. They have the Rams and the Seahawks and the 49ers if Jimmy G stays healthy.
So for me, my worst team would be the Dolphins because I just don't see where they're trying to go. So like if I was a coach and I came into that system, I don't know what I'm trying to do. Am I trying to rebuild? Are we trying to win now? Like what are we doing? I have Tannehill, who's a good quarterback when healthy, but he's not healthy. And now we're talking about trying to trade him. Who's going to be the quarterback next year? Osweiler. So I don't know where this team's going. Their defense is pretty good, but like I don't see a direction to move in. So that's why I wouldn't want to I try to stay away from that job because there's no direction.
I think the worst pick for me as a head coach would be the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, just look at the candidates that they're interviewing right now. Hugh Jackson, who went 36-1
Yeah,
in
with the
his
Browns.
tenure at Cleveland. That was terrible. And then
Yeah.
Vance Joseph, who just lost his job
Broncos.
in the Denver Broncos. And then, you know, to me, they're allergic to success. Their last 7 playoff games have been all losses. And, you know, like you guys said about Cleveland, they're on the come up. So they're probably the better team in Ohio at the moment. And, you know, the
Ravens are on the
Bengals, negative $87 million in cap space. They have to move some players. I think that's a tough job. I don't think that's the ideal landing spot for a head coach at this point.
But I feel like they have weapons, though. They have, like, Andy Dalton's a solid quarterback. AJ Green, John
Joe Mixon.
Ross, Joe Mixon for sure. He's had a really good year.
I dispute that. I think Andy Dalton, 30 years old, the reports have already told us that they're already looking for a new quarterback. AJ Green coming off an injury. He's also 30 years old. Aging right now. John Ross, apart from last year, his year before that, he had no receptions whatsoever, and he was a high draft pick for them. And then Joe Mixon is a solid option. But, you know, yeah, I dispute that with those players.
But I feel like if you're offensive coordinator, if you come in as an offensive coordinator,
It's
you
not a
could.
bad place to be.
Yeah,
right?
it's not a bad place, I think. Right? Like I don't know, but
Well,
like,
there's a lot of work to be done. Like I said,
There's no cap space, though.
negative $87 million in cap space. That's
yeah, that's the
pretty
only
terrible.
thing. Like I feel like would put it away, but I feel like what's his face? They have Tyler Boyd too. He was
Tyler
a
Boyd
good
played great
receiver.
this
Yeah,
season.
So,
I had him on my fantasy team as well.
so I feel like him.
But
Yeah.
there's a few pieces on this team, but they have a lot of changes to make, particularly
If
in
you could
defensive
cut a few
end.
players,
I don't
then
even
maybe
know
you
if
can
you
make it
want to
work.
keep Vontez Perfect on your team.
That's
true.
He's a
Yeah.
distraction.
Yeah, for sure. And then
For the Dolphins, I feel like they have a good defense, though. They got Minka Fitzpatrick and Xavier Howard led the league in interceptions.
that's true, but quarterback's the most important position, right?
But they got Kenyon Drake, and they still have some playmakers
I know,
at the
but
wide receiver.
like the only thing is like they have weapons. I'm not like Xavier Howard. He was really good too. Led the league in
Yeah.
interceptions. Like their defense is like good.
Solid
Cameron
defense.
Wake too.
They have
Cameron
Kenny
Wake.
Stills.
Yeah.
Like you could work with pieces, but like I don't know what direction they're moving in.
I know, but it's not an accident that they started the season so hot.
That's true. That's true. The Cardinals, I don't know, man. My top 2 teams were the Browns and Jets because of the quarterback.
Yeah.
So like Josh
So you like
Rosen,
Josh Rosen?
I like him. He has that
What about his
swagger.
off the field sometimes?
I like Josh
Yeah,
Rosen,
he has a
too.
swagger, yeah.
He has
Baker
a
has
nice
a-
touch
yeah.
to his pass.
And yeah, he could throw the
You
ball.
think he'll be durable though?
Yeah, I think he'll last. And then David Johnson's come like he didn't have a great year this year, but we all know what he could do.
Yeah.
They have the first round pick in the draft, so they could pick like a defensive
Joey
stud.
Bosa.
Yeah, they could pick a defensive stud. Larry Fitzgerald's the
Nick
leader
Bosa,
if he
actually.
comes back.
But Larry Fitzgerald's on the.
I know, but
he's
if
nearing
leadership
retirement.
though, like that leadership helps. So I don't know. They're all like, if you're a coach, if you get a job, I think it's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
For the Cardinals.
So we'll see.
So this weekend, the NFL playoffs are starting with the wild card round. We're going to be discussing the matchups and making our predictions.
Okay, so the matchups are Indianapolis Colts at Houston against the Texans, the Seattle Seahawks at Dallas against the Cowboys, the Los Angeles Chargers at Baltimore against the Ravens, and the Philadelphia Eagles at Chicago against the Bears. So, Jerome, let's hear your take for the first matchup, the Colts and the Texans.
Colts and the Texans. That's going to be a great matchup. They're divisional teams playing against each other. I'm rolling with the Colts on this one. I think Andrew Luck has been playing his butt off all season long. That defense is under the radar. Darius Leonard, obviously, I have no idea how he did not make the Pro Bowl. And then obviously they have a great O-line. You know, that's going to really offset J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney. So I'm rolling with the Colts in this one.
And I also feel like they're a balanced team with Marlon Mack coming in and like Ebron as a tight end. T.Y. Hilton. They have weapons, and I feel like that coaching system, like Frank Reich, he was with the Eagles last year. He was able to he knows what it takes to win a Super Bowl. So I feel like he knows how to play in the playoffs. And Andrew Luck is really good quarterback. Not saying Texans like Deshaun Watson isn't, but I just think they'll have the edge over him. But Texans are a really good team with Hopkins and J.J. Watt, Clowney. It's a really good team. It'll be a good matchup. But I got the Colts as well. I got the Colts as well.
So I'm gonna roll with the Texans, because they're at home and they have Deshaun Watson. He's a good quarterback, plays well in big moments. Don't forget his college days. He also has DeAndre Hopkins, who's best wide receiver, maybe.
Yeah, top two, 3 for sure.
Definitely top 2.
And of course, their defense. They have J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney. If they get rolling on the pass rush early, it could cause problems for Andrew Luck. And if Deshaun Watson's running in the open field, it could also cause problems for the
Indianapolis Colts, yeah. But I feel like Leonard's there. I feel like Leonard will probably spy on Deshaun Watson and get him a little frustrated. He might end up throwing up. He's young too. He's a young quarterback.
Yeah, and apart from DeAndre Hopkins, they don't really have that many weapons on the offense in terms
Especially
of
when
receivers. Will Fuller's out.
Will Fuller
Lamar Miller is he's not consistent as a running back. But Kuti is okay.
Kuti, but he's not I don't know.
It's
they don't have a tight end either.
It's nothing to be afraid of with the Houston Texans offense apart from DeAndre Hopkins
and his
Deshaun Watson.
ability,
You game plan for those guys, and you have a legitimate chance of winning that game.
And I feel like that balanced offense with Luck able to run around, with Marlon Mack able to run the ball, Hines is on the come up, and T.Y. Hilton, they could offset, like he said.
And don't forget the offensive line.
And the offensive line is really good.
They're as good as it comes.
But they're young.
Luck can run around, but Watson can run around better than Watson.
I know, but Luck can throw the ball better, right?
Yeah, I think Luck.
So I'm gonna ride with the better quarterback. It'll be close, but I'll ride with the better quarterback.
All right.
Okay, so next matchup, the Seahawks and the Cowboys.
Ooh, I think that'll be the best game.
Best game of the weekend.
Yeah, just from a fan's perspective, there's a ton of Cowboys fans everywhere you go, and there's a lot of Seahawks fans too.
For sure.
But Seahawks, great team. They've developed a running game all season long. The offensive line is playing better. Their defense, you thought that they would have a lot of trepidation when the Legion of Boom went away, but these guys are playing pretty good on defense. However, I'm going to be rolling with the Dallas Cowboys in that game. I think they're playing at home, AT&T, Jerry's World. Their fans are going to come out. They're going to be loud, energetic. I think their defense is as good as it comes.
That linebacking core
is great. I think they have the best linebacking core in football with Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, and Sean Lee. And then you look at their secondary, they have Byron Jones, who was voted as a Pro Bowler this year. Their pass rush is really good with DeMarcus Lawrence. And on the offensive end, you have Amari Cooper, who's one of the top receivers in the league. He's a great route runner, and obviously Ezekiel Elliott running the ball up and down and killing time. I think the Cowboys take this game in a very close one.
See, I feel like both teams, I don't know if it's a great matchup against each other because they both do the same thing. It's like playing your twin, because Cowboys like to run out the clock, run the ball, and then pass it, play off the run. Same thing with the Seahawks. They're leading the league in rushing, with Russell being able to rush, Carson rushing. So that's what they do. So I feel like both teams rely on their defense, rely on their running team, take the pressure off the quarterback. But when it comes down to the quarterback, I think Russell Wilson's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott.
He is.
Although Dak Prescott's not bad, but he's not. He's just he's just a man
Dak
manager.
Prescott is an average quarterback at best.
And Russell Wilson, that defense is really good. Even Lawrence is really good with the Cowboys. But Russell Wilson, when he gets out of the pocket, he's dynamic, man. He's so something dynamic. Else. He could throw going to the left, going to the right. He's something else. And he's won a Super Bowl champion.
And if any
he connects with Doug Baldwin,
exactly.
Sure,
Baldwin's healthy.
Tyler Lockett's been playing good too. And if any quarterback, to your point, if any quarterback could play in a hostile environment, that could probably be Russell Wilson.
He has he's won in other places He's good at home, but like he's able to win on the road.
For sure.
So
No
I'm
doubt.
gonna ride with the better quarterback in this matchup as well. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
All right, so I'm gonna pick the Seahawks maybe because I'm biased because I like the Giants.
Same with me.
But I'm rolling with the Seahawks just because they have a better quarterback, like you said. Russell Wilson's better than Dak Prescott, and they have a better coach, Pete Carroll, as opposed to Jason Garrett.
For sure.
I feel like Jason Garrett's very
Yeah.
middle of the road.
He was on the hot seat too earlier.
He was
He was on
definitely
the
in the
hot
hot
seat.
seat.
He
It
had to
was if it
turn
wasn't
things
for the
around.
Amari Cooper trade, he would have
He would have been out,
been out.
True.
and they probably wouldn't have been in the playoffs either.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Amari Cooper's like he's looking really good too.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper's
Yeah.
had a
But that would be
great
like I
season.
feel like each team will probably like 4
This
or 5
game-
possessions.
This game will definitely be a fourth quarter game.
Mhm,
It's
yeah.
definitely come down to the
Yeah, I
fourth
think it's
quarter.
gonna be very close.
And I'm riding with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, same with me. Like and like I feel like because like they manage the clock so well, like each drive is gonna be like last like 7 minutes at least.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
Seahawks lead the league in the rushing.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And same with the Cowboys. Like like Zeke leads the lead in the
He
rushing.
led,
Yeah.
Zeke led the league.
So I feel like they'll both have like long drives. So like whoever could turn those field goal drives into touchdowns will end up winning the game.
You think there'll be a lot of turnovers or no?
I feel like they're both really
Yeah.
good game managers. Like they don't throw that many picks. Maybe like a few fumbles,
Fumbles, right?
maybe, but like
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be like maybe 2 turnovers or whoever wins the turnover battle wins the game.
Yeah,
But I'm riding with the Seahawks. You're riding with the Seahawks. You got the
I'm
Cowboys.
riding with the
All right,
Cowboys.
all right.
Okay, so let's move to the Sunday matchups. Let's go. The Chargers and the Ravens.
Ooh, good game. And the earlier game, obviously, the Ravens beat the Chargers, but the Ravens had a couple of injuries to key player starters. You know, Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler, who comes in on third downs. I'm going to be picking the Chargers in this game. I think with the second time facing Lamar, they should game plan accordingly. They'll have all the players healthy. Phillip Rivers is on a mission this year. I don't know
Yeah,
if
he
you've
wants-
seen
he
him
wants
play.
that ring.
He wants to win, and that defense is as good as it comes. Joey Bosa on the left side.
Melvin Ingram.
Melvin Ingram on the right side. The linebacking core is okay. And in the secondary, Derwin James,
Yeah.
tough
Really
guy
good
to go
rookie.
against.
Rookie.
Casey Hayward, top 3 cornerback in this league. You know, Anthony Lynn has been doing
And
a great
even
job.
King, even King, he's a
Kevin-
good slot.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a good slot
yeah.
corner.
King's good, and he returns really well
Yeah,
too. He's
so-
had a couple of touchdowns. And so I think they beat the Baltimore Ravens. You know, it's a rookie quarterback. I like the Ravens, but I think the Chargers win. You know, they're in this seed, but they have almost an identical record with the Chiefs. I believe just 1 game back.
Yeah.
So they could have easily been a top seed, but they're
Yeah.
in the wild card weekend. I think they win this game against the Ravens.
See, I feel like that's a really tough matchup for me too, because like I don't know, like when it's the number 1 defense and the number offense,
Yeah.
defense usually ends up winning. But like I don't know, I don't see Lamar Jackson winning as a rookie.
Yeah,
like,
you're a quarterback guy.
I am a quarterback guy, and like Lamar Jackson, like he's really good, but like when they're down, I don't see him coming back. Like he can't sling the ball like Phillip Rivers can.
No way.
Like
yeah.
they rely on the run, but that defense is full of studs, man. That defense is
They are.
scary.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell Stuck had that interception,
Suggs.
so fumble,
He
fumble.
sucks. Yeah.
And then Eric
Pretty
Weddle's performing really well this year, so I feel like that defense is really tough to play. But Phillip Rivers, man, he's a smart guy. He'll be able to overcome that defense second time around.
Yeah.
Like same thing with he did against the Chiefs. He lost it
Yeah.
in the first time, but he came around
Came back and won the
he
second
game.
time.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know, I'm a quarterback guy. Got right with the better quarterback.
All right. So
I got
Foles is better
Chargers.
than Wentz.
Pause.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ride with the Chargers as well, just because I think the second time around, I think the Chargers will be more energized and they'll definitely know how to game plan better.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the Ravens, if they run the ball so much and they're down it early, they won't be able to come back because Lamar
Yeah,
won't throw as
exactly.
many
You
deep
can't.
passes.
Same, yeah.
And I feel like Rivers, if it does come down to the fourth quarter, he's a seasoned veteran. He'll know how to handle the situation.
And I feel like this year, like he's determined to to
to win
seeing
a Super Bowl.
seeing Eli and
Big Ben.
Big
He's
Ben, doing
aging.
it, he wants it. Like it's
the
his
clock's ticking for.
and this is
Phillip
like
Rivers.
and this is his year. Like if he's gonna get it done any year, it's now because
Yeah, it has to be
Patriots
now.
aren't as good as they were. So like I feel like this is his year. If he has to do it, any time is now.
And now that their offense is Melvin Gordon's going to be playing, Eckler's available. They have Keenan Allen
is a
and Mike
beast.
Williams.
Yeah, Mike Williams has emerged this year too.
Mm-hmm. So I'm riding with the Chargers.
So we all got the Chargers for that
Yeah,
one, right?
Chargers,
But that's gonna be a
yeah.
close game too.
Yeah, and it's in Baltimore.
Could be,
I don't
yeah.
know.
So let's go to the best game of the weekend. The Eagles at the Bears.
You go first.
Okay, so do I really have to say who I'm picking? I got the Eagles, and not just because I'm a fan, because I think like Bears are a really good team, and they were my sleeper team for the year. But going against the Super Bowl champs who have the experience, who've done it a year before this year, they know what it takes to win a Super Bowl. They know what to do in the playoffs. Although like this year they didn't start off the year like they wanted, but now they're in, and that's all that really matters. Like injuries hurt them a lot. They had the injury bug. They're weak at the corner position, but their corners are coming up this year. They're performed we won 5 of the last 6 games. We beat the Rams and the Texans, playoff teams. So I feel like we're hot right now, and the hottest team usually ends up winning in the playoffs. Like if you get hot at the right time, I feel like that's good. And Nick Foles, like, he's magical, man. I don't know, Saint Nick.
I don't know if Nick is magical.
I don't know. He has that like persona that like players want. Like
I don't know about magical.
I know, but
Yeah,
like he has that persona that like when you play, like players want to perform better. Like I don't know what it is. Like defense plays better.
I think he just passes the ball to everybody better.
Maybe that's what it is. But like the defense comes up. Like the defense has been playing better since he came in. So like I don't know what it is. Like Fletcher Cox, he's been looking good. Michael Bennett. So I feel like. And Mitchell Trubisky's a young quarterback, and if we could rattle him a little with the defensive line, our corners are weak. I'm not gonna lie, our corners are weak, but he can't sling it like Aaron Rodgers against us. So
He doesn't have to sling it though.
I don't know. That defense is really good, but I feel like Nick Foles can get that ball out quick, and we could get the job done. It'll be a close game. It'll be a tough fight, but we could get the job done.
Tough one. I think that will be the closest game out of all of them. Even closer than the
Seahawks and Cowboys.
I think it'll be closer than that. You know, Chicago Bears are a great team. Their identity is obviously on the defensive end. Vic Fangio is a tremendous defensive coordinator, and he's getting a lot of nod right now for head coaching jobs.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have a job
done.
next year.
But more than anything, he has great personnel. Khalil Mack, to me, best pass rusher in the league. He's going to be trying his best to get to that Philly offense. But, hey, Philly has a great offensive line. Lane Johnson, and Peters, all those guys, they're pretty good.
And, like, fun fact for me, last time Lane Johnson and Khalil Mack went at it, Khalil Mack had 0 sacks.
Yeah.
So that's something to look out for.
Definitely something
I
to
don't
look out
think that'll
for.
happen this time around.
I think I'm going to roll with Philly in this one, man. Kanal, you're probably happy about that.
Yeah,
I think Nick Foles, he definitely diversifies the offense, even better than Carson Wentz. Obviously, Carson Wentz is a better quarterback. Nick Foles gets it to Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert.
Golden Tate, he's been looking good recently.
He gets it to everybody, so he diversifies it. You know, I think if they get one-on-one matchups, he's going to exploit that.
Plus Darren Sproles, too.
Darren Sproles at the running back position. Is Josh Adams going to play?
Yeah,
Josh Adams is pretty good, pretty solid. A lot of people are talking about the weather in Chicago. I know it's cold. I know it's brutal down in Soldier Field. Philly's also cold as well. So the temperature is not going to be a factor in this game. I think Philly rides it out in a very, very close game. They've been hot recently. This is the worst time to play Philadelphia. When they're hot, they'll come at you. They'll beat you. And they did it in playoffs last year when they were underdog in practically all their games.
All their games.
and they went to win the Super Bowl against Tom Brady, the GOAT. So I take Philly in a close game. Mostly for experience.
I'm going to have to pull out my dog mask.
Pull it out.
I don't know about all that. I'm rolling with the Bears, maybe because, again, I'm biased and I'm a Giants fan, but I'm rolling with the Bears. If you have a new energy in the NFC North, they're the king of the North. Mm-hmm. Their defense is rolling on all cylinders, and they're playing at home. And don't forget, on offense, they have playmakers. They have Cohen, Taylor Gabriel, Allen Robinson, and Trey Burton.
Yeah.
Former Philly guy.
Philly special. He's the one that threw the ball.
He might know a little bit.
Imagine they throw a beer special in that game
Chicago
to like throw it in the face of Philly.
If they throw a bear special, it's over for
And
the
I feel
Eagles.
like even the coaching staff, like the head coaches, they come from Andy Reid, like Doug Peterson, Matt Nagy. They're similar styles.
Very
I feel like
offensive-minded
Matt
guys.
Nagy could game plan around Schwartz, his
The
defense.
same thing. Doug Peterson could do the same thing. I don't know. They run the similar offense. Like they both like to run the ball.
Smart.
They like to do the same thing. Jim Schwartz is a smart guy too.
Yeah, you have some really great staffs coming. The offensive coaches, and then obviously the defensive coordinators. Remember last year, Jim Schwartz. He was getting not a head coaching position, so I think he interviewed for the Giants.
They wanted him, but it didn't work out.
And with the players that he has now, obviously a decimated secondary, he's doing a pretty good job back there with those guys.
Yeah, but with the decimated secondary, I feel like Mitchell Trubisky could exploit that, and he doesn't have to do too much on the offense as long as his defense holds it up. And so then if he gets rolling on the decimated secondary of the Eagles, it could be a problem, especially if Mitchell Trubisky gets out on the run. I feel like he's most dangerous when he gets out on the run, and he keeps the defense unpredictable.
Yeah, but luckily for us, Jordan Hicks is coming back this week. Mm-hmm. So as a linebacker, maybe he could spy him a little and stop that running game.
Run too.
A little
I don't
bit,
think they could hide the decimated secondary of the Eagles.
Yeah, I know that's gonna be tough, but
they gotta play with their safeties a lot.
Yeah, but Malcolm Jenkins, he's been doing good. So knock on wood, he stays healthy too.
I don't know, man, but if there's Jalen Mills, if he was playing, he always is caught the double
Green Goblin.
Yeah,
he's good though. It'll be a tough matchup though, but I feel like we have a slight edge because the experience they're a young team, so it'll be tough.
Yeah. So bottom line, this Bears Eagles game is going to be a close one.
Mm-hmm. I think they're all gonna be tough.
Yeah, I think that would be the closest though.
Yeah.
Eagles Bears.
Yeah, but they're all good matchups and it'll be fun. Love playoffs. The best time of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling with the Bears, though. So.
All right. So I have the Colts, I have the Cowboys, I have the Chargers, and I have the Eagles.
Okay, so I got the Colts, the Seahawks, the Chargers, and the Eagles as well.
So I got the Texans, the Seahawks, the Chargers, and the Bears.
Okay, so let's see what happens next week.
So we're going to be starting a new segment called Pause. Kunal's going to list 5 topics, and if we want to talk about it, we're going to say pause. If we don't want to talk about it, we're going to say skip.
Okay, so because like sometimes we say pause, like if you say something dirty, we say pause. So we're gonna include that in our segment.
From the tip until the end. This is really what I
luckily Tony Allen just put the ball right in my face. Pause.
So we're gonna talk about like 5 like hot takes or something, or something like it's not that common.
We're going to
talk
liken
about.
pause to sports.
Yeah. So if you want to talk about it, you say pause. If not, skip.
Okay.
So the first topic, Antonio Brown.
Skip.
Pause.
Pause. All right.
Ooh, that's big. Steelers, Antonio Brown, probably the top receiver in the league. DeAndre Hopkins, all the other guys come after Antonio Brown. He has made the news for all around the wrong reasons now.
Diva.
And, yeah, he's a diva wide receiver, and he missed the last game. Obviously, it was a must-win, and they ended up winning anyways. But he missed the last game, and he's been having a lot of controversy in practice and everything.
And then his tweets and everything.
Yeah, I think he's too much of a diva. I think the Steelers should go him and trade him when the season starts next year, similar to what they did with Amari Cooper, the Oakland Raiders did with Amari Cooper. I think they should go ahead and trade him. It's going to be intriguing, though, because any team Antonio Brown goes on, he makes them better. Obviously, he comes with a lot of baggage, though.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I'll move on to his teammate, Ben Roethlisberger retirement.
Ooh.
Skip.
I'm pausing on that one.
Okay.
I got to come at Ben here. He says this thing every year. Every year at the end of the season.
He didn't say it this year, though.
Okay,
We're
but he's going to
predicting
say
it.
that at the end of the
We're predicting it,
season.
This is exactly
This
why I
is
said
not-
skip,
yeah.
though. This is exactly why I said skip.
He did not
always
say
says
it.
he's going to
He
retire.
says it after the playoffs.
I know.
Unfortunately, they didn't make the
They didn't
playoffs
make the
this year.
playoffs.
So that's crazy. But Big Ben, every year, there's a lot of speculation about his career. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Last year, he was talking about flirting with retirement. Then they drafted Mason Rudolph. Then he got mad. That whole Steelers organization just has
I think
a bunch
they need
of
a new coach.
They just have
All that
they
talent,
just
they
have
still
a bunch
can't
of
win.
controversy going on. It's
But
so dysfunctional.
Why
over
I
there.
included this because his retirement this year could be real because Le'Veon Bell's going to be gone most likely next year. Maybe ABB gone. So you never know. Like he might actually retire next
Well,
year.
he talks about it all the time. I'll
I
see
know.
it when
It actually
I'll believe it
happened.
when I see it.
Exactly.
Okay, so
That's why I
Salman-
skipped.
Let's talk about something for you.
All right.
Eli Manning, retirement or next team?
Pause.
What about you?
Pause.
Pause. Okay, so let's
All
talk
right.
about it. So
There's no
what-
way Eli's going to another team, in my opinion. I feel like Eli's the type of person he wants to stay with one franchise. Otherwise, he'll hang up the cleats. You know what I mean?
He definitely looks like that type of guy. I think his brother's better than him. His brother played for multiple teams. But Eli Manning, be on the lookout. I think if they draft that quarterback,
Dwayne Haskins?
Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State, I think Eli Manning stays another year and Dwayne
Shows him
Haskins
the ropes.
learns from Eli Manning. But if they get a quarterback like Derek Carr, one of those dynamic
I feel like
quarterbacks
Eli's
in the
gone.
league, Eli is gone. And you look out for Jacksonville. Look out for Jacksonville Jaguars.
Or Tom
Tom
Coughlin.
Coughlin over there. Eli Manning could be playing in Jacksonville as early as next year, in my opinion.
I think he should go to the Jaguars because stud defense with they're a quarterback away, and that's exactly what his brother did when he went to the Broncos. So if he talks to his brother, maybe that's what comes out of it. And I don't think they draft a quarterback. I think they should get Teddy Bridgewater or Derek Carr, someone of that magnitude.
And wait till next year to draft.
Yeah,
Trevor
because this
Lawrence.
draft is kind of weak. You don't there
Especially
aren't that many
Trevor
great
Lawrence.
quarterbacks. So I feel like if you get a bridge quarterback like Teddy Bridgewater, who's really good, with Barkley, who's a beast, and OBJ, Sterling Shepard, that offense
Evan
can make
Ingram.
noise. So that's what I think.
Yeah, my
But-
thing with Eli is if he's going to go to any other team, let it be the Jaguars. Otherwise,
True.
hang it up.
Okay, so let's move on to basketball takes. So you guys heard about Kobe Bryant?
I did.
Me too.
So pause or
I'm going to
skip?
pause on that one and say one thing. Congrats on the sex.
I'm going to say congrats on his new daughter. I really hate when people say, "Oh, he's trying to get a son so he can teach him to play
That's what
basketball."
I think. I think he's.
That's-
he-
I think his
Four girls,
daughters.
right?
I think his daughters could show all you guys some moves in the hoops.
yeah, but I think he keeps trying to get a son because he wants to keep that Mamba. He wants
I'm
the
telling
baby
you, bro.
Mamba.
All of his daughters will, will
Vanessa,
give you the work in
what's
basketball.
the oldest daughter? She's
His
good though.
daughters are good
at
She's good. Yeah,
basketball,
she's good. I'm not saying she's good, but she's not in the NBA.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what he I don't know. Maybe that's what he wants. Okay.
They're nice though.
So the last topic of pause. Ben Simmons getting traded.
Skip.
Pause. That's insane. There's no way they're going to trade Ben Simmons.
That's why I skipped
He was
it. It's
the-
not gonna
He
happen.
was the the high pick in the draft, number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Ben Simmons is dynamic as it comes, and I saw a couple of videos of Ben Simmons practicing shooting
Yeah, he
his
can
shot.
shoot, right?
If he gets that
He
shot
cannot
going,
shoot though.
if he gets that shot going though, because I'll show you guys that video after we do this segment. If he gets that shot going, he's gonna
He's,
be
yeah,
unstoppable.
unstoppable.
There's no way you trade him. They might get rid of Jimmy Butler though after this offseason.
I don't know.
I don't know if
I
they're
agree
gonna
with that.
extend him.
If you said Jimmy Butler,
Yeah, I don't know if
See,
they're gonna
see,
extend him.
like why I put this on there because like a lot of fans right now are saying, "Oh, Simmons can't shoot. He can't fit with that offense with Butler and Embiid."
I'll
And then
pull
last
the video for you
night,
guys.
Embiid and Simmons got a link to fight. But like I don't know, like I think he's like a transcend, like he's like a great player. Like he's
Yes.
dynamic. He's amazing. He's
but
like,
you guys seen that Instagram account?
with the
one?
face, yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen
describe
yeah.
it.
So it's like an Instagram account, right?
Yeah.
They post a picture of Ben Simmons every day until he makes a 3-pointer.
And has he made one?
He got close
That,
against
sounds,
the
that
Celtics.
actually sounds pretty cool.
He got close against.
And how many
Celtics,
followers does it have?
I don't remember.
14,000
That's crazy.
followers.
Yeah, that's a ton.
Okay, so that's it for the pause segment. Now we'll be moving on to the hot NBA MVP takes. So in this, we're not gonna name the traditional picks like the top picks for
Giannis,
MVP.
Kawhi.
Yeah, we're gonna stay away from that. We're gonna say the slept on players who we think is gonna win MVP this year.
Yeah.
So Staban, who do you have?
So I'm gonna go with Paul George. Don't sleep on the Thunder as a team in the playoffs. I mean, they couldn't make the Warriors give the Warriors a run for their money, and the Thunder are first in defensive rankings right now, and Paul George is a big reason for that. I feel like whenever it comes to the MVP discussions at the end of the year, it's always the hot offensive players, but don't sleep
All
on
the
the
time.
don't sleep on the defensive players as well. And he's averaging career highs in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. He has 26.4 points, 8.2 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and 2.2 steals. And, you know, he's playing like the best player on the Thunder. So
I think he made a right decision staying in Oklahoma.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, a lot of people
I
thought
agree.
he was going to go to the Lakers. I think he made the better choice now.
yeah.
Because like I think last year like they didn't get the full out of him.
Yeah.
But like this year, like him and Russ playing together, he's like another version, like not as good of a version of Durant, but like he's doing what Durant and Russ did together.
Yeah.
I feel like he's making his presence known on defense. And
Yeah.
they're
Definitely.
doing this without Robertson.
Yeah, and when he
Their
comes
best
back,
defensive
yeah, when
player,
he comes
actually.
back,
When he
that
comes back,
defense
the Thunder could be a problem.
yeah, and they're third in the West right now, so
Exactly.
they're doing really good right now as well.
Even after the 0-3 start. Remember, they
Mhm.
started
Yeah.
bad.
But Russ wasn't hurt then, so
Yeah, he was.
but like they're looking good now.
hmm
Who do you have as your sleeper MVP?
Ooh, you guys probably haven't heard of this name, but Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets.
We heard
that
of him.
Tall guy. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
He's dynamic. He plays all phases of the game. You know, 18 points per game right now, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. He's the leader of the Nuggets. They're first in the West. You know, they've missed the playoffs for 5 straight seasons,
And
they're
last
number
year they
one.
barely missed
They
it. though.
barely missed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
There was that
but-
game against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I really wanted them to get in, but 5 straight years without making the playoffs, you know, and now you're first, so almost like worst to first. Obviously, last season they did kind of good. You know, he's an unselfish player. You have guys like Jamal Murray, Harris, Millsap, and Barton, and so you know you got great players on that team, and he's passing the ball to them. He's rebounding. He's getting blocks now and then. He's scoring points. He's a leader. I think he's playing in a league where big men aren't that prevalent like before. You know, there's no more of those Shaquille
Yeah.
O'Neal type of guys, and he's doing just fine. I think him and his team being the number 1 seed,
In the
him being the
West?
leader on
Yeah.
that team in the tougher division, I'd give him a nod at MVP.
And then like before, like in the past years, like he wasn't known for his defense, but like now,
Yeah.
like he's actually like
He's holding his
yeah,
own.
he's
great.
putting up. Yeah, he's getting blocks. He's getting his steals. Like he's looking good on defense. Like he's always a really good offensive player, and now we see like his defense, like his weakness. Like he worked on it, and he's looking good now.
You know
Okay.
what's crazy for me?
But
7.6 assists. That's looking kind
yeah,
of
that's
crazy.
Yeah.
exactly. That's like
For a
point guard
center,
numbers. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. That's really good. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid, and I feel like you said, the centers haven't like been getting
Yeah.
their recognition now, and like I think he's the most dominant center now, like for sure. Like I think he's like
Yeah, with Cousins
But
out.
do you think
Cousins
when
out?
Boogie comes back that he'll
Boogie's
still be the
coming.
most?
Boogie's coming
dominant
back
center?
from like a bad injury, so I don't
I
know if
know.
he'll be the same. So I still think Embiid's like the most dominant, and like the numbers he's putting up this year, we haven't seen that since Shaq. Like maybe he like that's tough, but like maybe he might be the most dominant center since Shaq because he's putting up crazy numbers. 26.5.
Do you think the Sixers should be winning more though? They're I don't know 4th in the East.
I think they
But
should be winning more in the
I
East.
feel like yeah, but
Obviously, you got Toronto, Milwaukee. I mean, Philly
The
should be like
Pacers, yeah.
Celtics. Philly should be
Yeah.
in that mid.
I feel like once like because like we just added Jimmy Butler and we lost some depth and added a superstar. So I feel like we need to like
Jimmy
gel.
Butler's a superstar.
I don't think he's a superstar.
Oh, he's not. He's an
I
all
think
star.
He's an all-star.
Okay, all star. Yeah, but like it's a star. Like he needs the ball, so they need to gel together. But eventually like it'll work out when time comes. But right now, like Embiid is putting up crazy numbers. He's averaging 26.5 points, 13.3 rebounds, 33.5 assists, and 1.9 blocks. That's crazy. Like point guard, like
Do you think he could be doing even better numbers if he got in the post more, or do you think he should play the way he's playing?
he should get in the post more. But I feel like the coaching staff needs to get Butler and Simmons more involved in the first 3 quarters, so he doesn't get gassed by the fourth quarter. Because right now,
Is that
I
what
think,
usually he gets gas? In
I
the
think
fourth
he
quarter?
I think his like
That's
he.
what you think it is?
That's what I think it is. Like he's not like when that Celtics game against the Celtics on Christmas, like in overtime, he like you could
He
see
was
like
gassed, yeah.
Kyrie, yeah, like he was tired because like he missed his first 2 years of the NBA, so now like he's coming out like this is like his first full year, so he's obviously a little better, but I think like he's making a case for his MVP.
Yeah,
And
I
he could
agree.
do everything on the court.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah,
like he's
yeah.
already he plays like a
Defense.
guard.
I don't think he should rely on the
Close.
shooting though, but he can
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
everything.
Nah, he could shoot it though. Like,
Yeah.
I'll let him shoot. Stretch the floor, get Simmons to penetrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same with Butler. Like Butler going like pick and rolls with him and Butler. Him and Redick do like really good pick and rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, those are definitely some hot takes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are sleeper
Jokic,
MVPs.
PG,
Embiid.
Embiid.
No
Yeah.
one's talking about them, but I
But-
think when
yeah.
time comes, they'll
get that recognition.
they'll get
so
their
don't be
notice, yeah.
surprised
We'll
if
have
you
to
see any
replay
of these
that.
names.
We'll have
Mhm.
to replay our takes when that happens.
Yeah, in June, right? June 26th.
Yeah, at the NBA awards. So
Mhm,
yeah,
we'll
look
see.
out for those.
Okay, so we'll finish off today with predictions. So
Mhm.
obviously we did the NFL predictions, but let's just go over it again. So
Mhm.
first matchup, the Colts and Texans.
So I got the Texans.
I got the Colts.
I have the Colts too.
Okay, second matchup of Saturday, we got Seahawks and Cowboys.
I got Seahawks.
I got
taking-
Seahawks.
Taking Cowboys.
Okay. And then Sunday's matchups, Chargers and Ravens.
I got Chargers.
I got Chargers.
Chargers as well for me.
Okay. And then the fourth matchup of Sunday, the Eagles and Bears.
The biggest one, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Closest one, not the
Let's
biggest.
see.
I got the Bears.
I got the Eagles.
I got the Eagles too.
Okay, so college football championship coming along, Alabama,
Ooh,
Clemson.
That game is gonna be amazing.
Mhm.
Monday. Everybody should go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Everybody should go to the
Yeah.
bars. Everybody should go to the basements and watch it with the
Yeah.
boys.
I
It's
agree.
gonna be a great game. Clemson versus Alabama. We've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Capital Bowl Mania, I picked Clemson to win this game. I love Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to be a number 1 pick in the NFL. I think a lot of scouts are already looking at this guy and saying, damn, this could be my franchise quarterback in the future. Trevor Lawrence is amazing. That defense is lethal. If they could get Dexter Lawrence back and they could get some pressure on Tua and stop the run game, I think Clemson wins this one in a small margin, similar to how Deshaun Watson beat them a
Beat
couple
them,
years
right.
ago.
I got Alabama just
Yeah.
because Lawson isn't Deshaun Watson. Like
Lawrence, yeah.
Lawrence, yeah, he's not Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And
There's very
Alabama,
few
He's probably a
Deshaun
better
Watson's
passer,
out there.
though.
I know, but like
But I
You
feel
guys
like-
see the stroke
Yeah,
when he
he's-
passes
he's
the
good,
ball?
yeah,
I
he's
feel like
really
he's not
good.
in the talks though for like the draft, right?
No,
I feel
well,
like-
he's
He's
only
yet.
only in his
Yeah.
first year.
Yeah, he didn't declare
the
yet.
third year.
But I don't know. Alabama's just dynamic, man. Nick Saban, he's taking they're always in it, and I think
Yeah.
they're gonna
Best
obviously,
college
yeah.
football
For
coach
sure,
of
yeah.
all time.
And I
And
feel
if
like-
you see all them against Oklahoma, man. It was
Yeah,
close.
and I feel
They
like Alabama,
dominated.
they could even beat some NFL teams. You never know, man. They're probably gonna have the most. Probably gonna have the most NFL draft picks this year on
I
the
would
defensive
love
end.
to see Alabama play the Raiders.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
And
yeah. John
that's what I'm
Gruden
saying.
versus
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban, that would be crazy.
Yeah, no, I think their defense is stacked. Like they have studs on that defense. They're a good team, and
Yeah. I'm
Take
riding
a-
with Alabama
with
as
it,
well.
Tua, he should
I
have
think
he should have won
Tua's
Heisman.
I
Yeah.
think Tua's gonna be magical.
Yeah.
He knows everybody's gonna be watching. He's gonna put on a show.
I thought he should have won the Heisman. So
I thought he should have won the Heisman.
No, I don't
too.
know. Agree with that. I agree. I think Kyler Murray should
You
have won
think
the
Kyler
Heisman.
should've won that?
Yeah, he's a beast.
Nah, Tua should have won
Yeah,
that.
he's-
I think the injury hurt him.
yeah, it
For the
definitely
Heisman,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
so-
running with Alabama.
Okay, so we'll see who's right next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
So that's it for the third episode of It's Case.
Okay, thanks, Jerome, for coming on, stopping by, helping us continue this.
Thank you guys for having me. It was totally amazing.
Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the third episode. Okay, so that's it for the pause segment, and now we'll be moving on to the. Okay, so we're